You think that was 47 too?
We knew it was. We were so confident we set up an international task force to hunt him down and destroy him.
Even assuming this guy exists, he's still just an assassin. What's the big deal?
The big deal? He's the perfect clone. His DNA is a how-to manual for any cloning lab in the world. With Mr. 47 in their clutches, there'd be nothing to stop a rogue state from building an entire platoon of 47s. A whole army.
These public statements you've been making against cloning, is this what it's all about?
Of course.
But surely you can't oppose all the uses of cloning? The medical advances, the possible curing of...
Medicine won't do us much good if we're all the slaves of some clone army dictatorship, will it?
Off the record, Jack. You're not serious.
You have no idea how serious. That's why we had to eliminate 47. Having him on the loose was just too dangerous.
Why not go after whoever created him?
Oh, we did. But whenever we got too close, our agents got killed.
By 47?
See for yourself.
"11:45.
I'm sorry we have to meet like this.
It's dangerous to meet in person. You're normally more prudent. What's going on?
Looks like we've got a mole at the agency. Here's your briefing.
Thanks. I'll read it later.
How's that wound healing?
Fine. Are we done here?
One thing. We haven't been able to get a positive ID on the target. There's a government agent in there already, though we think he knows. The price for his knowledge is getting him out alive.
And that raises my price.
Already factored in. Take this.
Designer poisons?
The clinic only lets clients out when they're fully recovered or dead. The injection puts its victim into a hibernatory state. Apply the antidote on the lips to revive them.
What if this agent's already dead?
I trust you, 47. The money's been transferred to your account.
And welcome back to part 3 of Hitman Blood Money, where today we've got 2 missions, one rather slow, one fucking amazing. We've got Flatline and A New Life. Flatline is a mission I used to not particularly be that fond of, but it's really grown on me over the years because of how it decides to handle things differently. You're not given the information of your target when you first start. You need to instead rescue a captured Agent Smith one way or another, and he will give you the information on who the target is so you can proceed with the rest of the assignment. Additionally, there are 2 extra targets that you'll get access to that are entirely optional but will give you a pay bonus if you decide to go for them. But since this is Hitman, it's kind of an unwritten rule in the series that any optional target you do go for. You never leave any optional objective behind. So firstly, you saw us climb over that pipe and go over the roof. The reason why I went over the pipe is because the door is locked, and although yeah, we could lockpick it, we risk being spotted way too easily, so it's just not worth it. If you just go over the pole, jump down here, break the fuse box, it will lure this security officer out to check it out. And even though we're in a trespassing area, he's deaf apparently because his needle goes straight in his neck despite us just sprinting straight up to him. And the thing is, you need to get rid of him out of the picture, which is why I sedated him, but you don't need to take his disguise. You don't need to take this because there's no one. The next person who's going to see us is already going to be in an area that's still trespassing for the security officer. I just got it on for the sake of safety, just in case I was spotted. And never feel afraid to do that yourself. If you're ever so slightly unsure, take the safer route if you can do it. But my main objective, because now we're trespassing again, is to wait in here for this particular this clinic person over here to spot us, since this is trespassing. He'll come over and tell us you're not allowed here, but he stands perfectly still and he does so, making his neck free for a needle. Alternatively, if you're feeling brave, and I recommend trying to do it if you can, any chance you get, you can instead catch him by bringing out your gun and holding him hostage, and then just knocking him out. However, I'm not that consistent at doing it. Like, I can do it, it's just I'm not consistent enough. I'd rather wait until there's a dude who's standing with his back to me and catch him that way, then wait for the "you're not allowed here" pose, and then try and better position myself. Like this guy, for instance. Although it's unlikely, there is a chance that he will spot us talking to Agent Smith and raise suspicion. So I like to just do that and knock him out and get him out of the picture. And since he starts with his back to us, it's easy for us to sneak up on him and get to him. And then we go over to this door, we can talk to Agent Smith with a very long, completely unskippable cutscene, making it the only cutscene in the entire game you can't skip for whatever reason. And it's over a minute long, so I decided to speed it up just for the sake of your sanity. But he does give us the location of our target, and then we get a call from Diana which informs us that there are 2 additional targets with $50,000 per head. But whilst we're going out to do that, let me show you an alternate route you could get to this position far quicker. Shoot at that wall as you go past, because there's a dude up there that will spot us do this next thing, that if we shoot up there it will get him running, so he won't see what we're doing next. Throw a mine in that kind of direction, doesn't really need to be that precise, and blow it up as soon as you can. And whilst you're running, keep on heading up here, because that would have alerted almost everyone in the building, including all the clinic people. So you can wait for all 3 of them to run out, the dude in his coffee, the dude with his stun gun, and the 3rd dude that was downstairs, even if it takes him a little longer, and then you can just squeeze on through. Yeah, you don't get this cell key, but the door lock can be shot off, so you can just break open instead, like that. However, the bullet will be noticed if you're not careful and not quick about this. And you just got to find the one that Agent Smith's in, shoot that one open, because it's locked well, and you're straight back to where you was. However, the only risk is that then you've got to get out afterwards without being spotted by one of these guys. And if you're spotted inside in just your suit, they might be a bit more alarmed with trying to deal with you. Because ideally, you want to race back through here quick enough so you can stop at this spot where I am now, so the security officer sees you, opens the gate to come tell you to bugger off, then you can take his disguise and carry on moving the rest of the mission as normal. Since both disguises will work for moving onwards for the rest of this mission, we won't go into any area that's trespassing for either the clinic or the security officer disguise. However, when you climb back up the pole on the other side and go up here, be wary that there is a dude up here that will usually be smoking. There's 2 potential people up here, both of which can see you. There's a blonde lady and this dude with the sunglasses, both of which usually go to positions where they can see you if you're just going over, so you need to be wary and wait for them to pass. However, they're deaf so as soon as they turn away, you can just run for it. Sabotaging the gas here will lay the demise for our first optional target, but the first target to die will actually be our first main target. Which is funny because he's the last one we're going to do any setup for. Yeah, he's going to be the first one to die, because this is the setup for our second optional target. Place that mine on that chandelier chain there. You might be able to see what's going to happen there, but I won't surprise it. I won't take the surprise away. Now getting down here, you see me lose my bearings for a split second, but your second optional target should be heading in the general direction you need to go, so just pay attention to that. Heading out here would go to a gym space where you need to wait a painfully long time for our first target to start moving, because he's currently outside sitting around the lounge. So I decided to perch myself over here just so I'm a bit more out of the way and can see the door easier, and then I cut until he eventually decided to move up. The reason why I'll hide round here and don't wait in the gym is that if you wait in the gym, he will stop to try and talk to you, which will waste time and risk your crime of killing him, which we're about to do, being witnessed. Because his death is going to be made an accident. But if anyone sees us doing it, it's where we still got seen killing him, kind of thing. As he proceeds to push the weights, so he does 1, 2, 3. We're slowing down. Oh, yep, come on, yep, 4. Come on, let's do a few more. If I can do 10, you can do more than. Oh, you fucking wimp! If I can lift 10 before I tire, you can do more than 4. He deserves that. Well, anyway, that's our first that's the main target dead. Now it's to deal with the 2 optional targets. And almost as soon as we left, the body was found, which is why the timing is as strict as it is, and I waited so he couldn't talk to us. I waited around the corner. But it doesn't matter that the body was found, because his death was an accident. And now our second optional target is going to be slowly wandering over there, and eventually he's going to take a drink that is secretly hidden within that little globe there that can be opened up. But he's not going to be our first optional target to die, as these 2... Why are these 2 suddenly suspicious of me? Yeah, move on, both of you, fuck off. Yep, thank you. What was that about? But as we're waiting, our first optional target goes back to his cooking and, well, he meets his unfortunate demise. His death is an accident, so it doesn't matter that the explosion will definitely have lured people in to find the body. But eventually this dude will stand up to go and take a swig from his drink, as a few more people run past us to go to where that explosion took place, and our first target, well, yeah. But whilst we've got a target getting dragged across the ground, let's deal with this one. There he goes. Now it's just a matter of getting out of here, retrieving Ancient Smith, and, well, getting our suit back as well. Because as the cutscene beforehand mentioned, the only way you're getting out of this facility legally is being completely healed or being dead. And so we gave Agent Smith, well, rather forcefully injected into him a death serum that fakes a death. Convincing enough that all heart monitors and everything will read 0. He is in a catatonic state, basically. So all we need to do is, now he's been moved to the outer facility, because they've just, according to them, they've just got a body now, kind of thing, is then revive him. Make sure no one's watching. And that, if you can, go a little bit wider, so then 47 doesn't just auto-grab the pole, because it's just a time waster. And then just head back the way you came. Head back towards the entrance. Because there's a small morgue, almost, to the side here, that Agent Smith's going to be in. However, it is trespassing to enter, and it's enough to actually get you shot. So make sure there's no one watching as you go in. And make sure no one's close to the building, because they might enter whilst you're mid your action, and you wouldn't want to screw up your silent assassin rating when you're literally 2 seconds from the finish. Especially because this is a pretty long mission. It's one of the longer ones in the game, and there we go. Silent assassin, and it took us 11 minutes. Silent assassin wanted by police, and there you go. That's how you do flatline.
Getting a clearer picture?
You had an agent on the inside, and 47 killed him?
We've got it on videotape.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean you got it on videotape? The very first thing we did when we started that mission was take the videotape. You, sir, are a liar.
The incident put us back on 47's tail, which eventually led to his destruction.
You actually caught him?
We didn't just catch your urban legend. We killed him.
I assume you can prove this.
I intend to give you incontrovertible evidence.
But how?
There was a bit player for the mob in a certain witness protection program. He was protected 24/7 by some of the most dedicated professionals we had. 47 came for him anyway.
And you killed him?
Bring out the car.
Wait a second, Jack. Come on. You can't just leave me hanging.
Bring the folder. We'll talk on the way.
The way where?
To your proof.
We now start a mission called A New Life, a fan favourite among the community, as we need to kill Vinny Sinestra and retrieve a microfilm that's attached to a necklace that his wife is currently wearing. However, the reason why I worded it like that is because his wife is not a target. Boldly killing her will result in hurting your silent assassin because she is not a target. However, accidents are fine. But I also want to bring mention to that previous cutscene where they said dedicated professionals were protecting Vinny Sinestra for witness protection program. I'm going to make a very fun example of highlighting why that's bollocks. By firstly sneaking over here to this food truck. There's a donut box in the back here. Taking the donut box with you, just out of the view of that jogger over there, since the jogger can ruin your silent assassin painfully easily on some of these strategies, and sedate the donuts. Then go over to this van here that's part of the witness protection program, knock on the back door, and 2 FBI agents will come out and give you this little treat of a voice line because they're fucking idiots.
Fresh donuts. How cool is that? Full disclosure, we're actually FBI.
So by telling us that you're part of the FBI, you're single-handedly destroying the entire purpose of your witness protection program, completely jeopardizing the safety of your client, Vinny Sinestra. Congratulations, you guys. You're idiots. You enjoy your sedation. I should have put poison in it, you fucking idiots. Yeah, enjoy Enjoy your sleep. Maybe I should have shot you while I was here. But anyway, whilst you're here, take the FBI agent's disguise and steal the videotape. We're not going to be caught on camera, but, you know, better to be safe than sorry. Since apparently imaginary videotapes can catch us now. Well, once you have your FBI suit, you're free to enter the actual building yourself. Like I said, we've got two objectives. Vinny Sinestra will fall into play a little later on, but we need to deal with that necklace. We need to get a hold of it that his wife is currently wearing. But we can't kill her because she's not a target herself. We just need that microfilm. However, if her death's an accident, then it's all fair game. As I've mentioned before, accidental kills will never punish you for silent assassin, regardless of who gets caught in them. Regardless of whether they're innocents, whether they're securities, whether they're police officers, whatever. Doesn't matter what they are. If it's an accident, it's fair game. So we're just going to get that lighter fuel out of that shed, and just... You might be able to see where that's going, but we've heavily fueled up the barbecue, and we're just going to wait for that to play out. And then we're going to head over up here to Vinny's study room, or just his personal room, and we're just going to wait for his inevitable demise. Eventually he'll come up here. It's a very safe strategy, but it works. But while we're waiting for him to arrive up there so we can kill him that way, let me show you a more aggressive strategy you can use. Bring your SMG without a suppressor and open fire towards that hedge as you approach it. This will alert every single member of the FBI inside the building, causing all but one of them to run out, which gives you free access to run in. Run straight to this door, which is Vinny's safe room, catch his attention so he begins chasing you. Immediately start running towards the pool over here where his wife is still in. Get out Coin-Kun, the most legendary tool of your asset, and launch it straight at the glass roof and let it do the work for you. All the deaths are on accidents, so you're free to take the microfilm and immediately leave, because Vinny's dead, and you can get the microfilm since his wife also died by accident. The only thing worth mentioning is that as you go to leave, do not leave via the front door. It will alert the FBI's members returning, and they will open fire on you. Instead, squeeze through here, go through this door, and you can open the garage and leave this way. Which you can see there, it caught their attention for a split second, but not enough for them to actually open fire on us. And then just like that, you can head on out, and you can be done in a minute, and it is a silent assassin. See? It was all an accident. But that strategy, you're kind of missing the fun of exploring the level if you do that. It is a really fun, quick strategy, and you can be done in about a minute, making it one of the shortest missions in the game. But, nah, I prefer my method. I prefer this one. As that poor woman just got burnt to death, but it was an accident. And it's only a matter of time now before Vinny enters in here, and he'll enter alone. The only thing worth mentioning is that when Vinny walks in, he does leave the door open behind him for a few seconds. Wait for the door to close, don't just go straight in for the fibre wire kill, because otherwise his personal guard who's standing outside will witness you strangle Vinny to death. There he is. So just sneak on round. We should make sure the door's closed, and there you go. Because he was clipping with an object, we broke his neck instead. And now, as a safety precaution, I always move Vinny's body around the corner over here. Like, the body's never been found. It's just because this is more out of the way and less likely to have any kind of evidence left behind. And take his revolver while you're at it, because there's very, very few of them in the game. So if you're trying to collect all the guns, you need to get Vinny's weapon. And then the only thing we need to do is go get the microfilm that perfectly survived the flames and didn't just get destroyed by the water. Ugh. That does not look friendly. Ugh. Okay, now let's go. The only thing we need to do is retrieve our suit, which is still in the back of that small truck that those two absolute unit morons left in there with us for. So just head back out to the truck. It doesn't matter if anyone sees you leaving, because you're only going to be visible for half a second leaving. Like, you're not going to be enough to draw enough attention or suspicion to do anything that could potentially harm your silent assassin rating. The only thing that you should be wary of is if the door opens and someone sees the two bodies inside. But that should be it, and there you go, you get your silent assassin. Next time on Hitman Blood Money, we're going to have to deal with some murderous crows and then ruin a Christmas party. But until then, you guys take care now.